Hey guys, just want to give you a few tips this afternoon on viral marketing. It's kind of a buzzword in the internet community, but in reality, viral marketing is just the art of having people share your information and your content kind of taking on a life of its own as it's shared across the internet. If you think about it, 7-8 years ago, before social really began to boom, there were really only a few influencers on the internet, the ones that owned a website who could share information online. But with the advent of social, it put everyone in a position where they could share information. And when you think about it, people browse online, and when they make a decision about whether or not they're going to share, they're thinking about whether the content that they're looking at sharing would make them look smarter, more interesting, more well-informed, funnier, more relevant. All of these pieces play into whether or not they actually click that magic button and share your information with hundreds or maybe even thousands of people. So when you think about viral marketing, you've got to think about it from the lens of your end user. So many businesses try to publish content that talks about their business. But instead, you've got to think about talking about things and topics that actually relate to your end user. In an article I just recently posted on this topic, I talked about David After Dentist, the famous YouTube video that has, I think, almost 500 million views on YouTube. The reason that that video went viral, in my opinion, is that it was something we could all relate to. We saw ourselves as little kids, or ourselves even maybe the last time we went to a dentist. We all knew that crazy feeling of your face feeling numb and you might feel woozy because of the laughing gas. We thought it was hilarious, and when we watched David, we were really watching ourselves. We understood, we identified, and then in turn, we wanted to share it with our friends and say, look at this, isn't this hilarious? So one of the main components you've got to think about is that authenticity, or that relatability. Second thing you want to think about is invoking strong emotion. I just recently read a study by a man named Jonah Berger, and he talked about this study that he did of New York Times content. So he sat a whole bunch of people down and studied how often they were likely to share information and which types of information they shared. He found that when people felt emotional, their heart rate actually went up, and that invoked them to actually share the information. It was more than psychology, it was actually physiology that was playing into their decision to share it with their network. So what he did is he had this whole group of people start running in place, and he began to test what would happen when he had them do cardio exercises and how that would affect their sharing habits. The results were that when their heart rate was higher, they were so much more likely to share information. So put information out there that's going to raise people's heart rates a little bit. It's going to get them mad, going to get them sad, get them laughing. Those are the types of things that get shared online. Think about content that actually features people that are already famous. You know, in a way you can piggyback off of already relevant topics or already buzzing information. If there's something going on in the news, publish some information. You might get in on a conversation that allows you to kind of ride that wave and your content to go viral right along with the topic itself. A good example is the recent NFL scandal. There are several blogs that truly went viral, several Twitter users that went viral around the topic of the NFL's replacement referees. Those blogs are not necessarily famous in and of themselves, but they're able to ride that wave. Look for those opportunities online and capture them. Be nimble enough that you can publish content on the fly. The final thing you need to think about is just publishing more often. You know, one of the things that I often say about viral marketing is that it's found at the intersection of luck and brilliance. And unfortunately, luck we can't predict. You might publish 20 pieces of information that are the same quality and only one of them will go viral. But the key is that you continue to publish. You continue to get information in front of users. You continue to put your best work forward and eventually hope that it's noticed, gets shared, and begins to spread through the internet, helps your business or your startup. A few thoughts for you. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you feel like helping me out, you can give me a thumbs up or ask me any questions in the comments below. You can also check out my other videos on SEO and digital marketing. So thanks so much.